Welcome one, welcome all. It's time for another exciting edition of, you guessed it, the show with no name on Vaughn Radio. And I hope you're ready to rock. So buckle up, because it's time for liftoff.
10,
Come on.
9, 8, 7,
Countdown with me,
6,
folks.
5,
4, 3,
2,
come on.
1, 0.
Here we go.
Ignition. Liftoff.
Let's get going.
Liftoff. 30 minutes after the hour.
Come on. Get ready. Hold on to your hat. Strap on your seatbelt. Fasten your seatbelts. Hold on to your hat. And get ready for the ride of your life. Live. It's show with no name time. On Vaughn Radio. Come on. Let's rock and roll. Let's go. Welcome to another exciting edition of the show with no name, your interactive English show here on Vaughn Radio. It's a pleasure to be here with you, teaching you amazing people the ins and outs, los pormenores. Ya estamos con un poco de vocabulario. The ins and outs of English, the ups and downs, los altibajos of being a language learner. And believe me, I know them. I know them very well. Well, I've been learning your language my whole life. So I feel your pain. Ahora, no es algo doloroso, pero es una expresión, ¿no? Entiendo tu lucha. I feel your pain. As always, we look at totally native English here. None of that textbook crap. No queremos nada de libros. Hombre, usamos libros, but what you're going to learn here is the English you'll hear out there. When you're walking the streets, when you're at a restaurant, when you're in the airport. The English you need to survive. Plus, our goal, our objective, our aim, dilo como quieras, is to enjoy every single second of this English class/radio show. La palabra slash, barra, right? No solo es el guitarrista de Guns N' Roses, but slash is also barra. Es cortar también, rajar. I'm going to slash you, right? And the movies, estos como Scream, se llaman slasher movies. So as you always know, here we're playing with words, we're having fun. We're not just learning random words, but we're learning the roots. So, for example, I know you know the word boss. Y siempre uso este ejemplo porque es perfecto. Boss, todo el mundo sabe la palabra boss, ¿no? Jefe. Ok, pero nos quedamos corto si solo nos quedamos con jefe. He's my boss. Rob Grams is my boss. He's not bossy. Mandón, ya tenemos el adjetivo. He doesn't really like to boss people around. Mandar a los demás. Do that, do this, do that. And that's great. We're very thankful here at Vaughn Radio that Rob is such a cool guy. But yeah, see what I'm saying? You know the word boss. Pues vamos un paso más. And we look at it a little bit deeper so we don't just understand the word, but we understand the root behind the word, the meaning, the deeper meaning, and how to take that word and do what we want with it, right? And as you know, many words have several meanings. Hey, it's par for the course. And that's why we have a section called Double Trouble, where we look at these words with double meanings. Also today, we're going to be hearing from some of your fellow students. A nice round of applause for Alberto, Anix, Chris Valrol, and Nuria. They all participated in our question of the week. So that's exciting. It's always great to hear from you guys and never before, when I first started this show many, many moons ago, I never imagined I could help you with your pronunciation like I do with my regular students, porque, no, dilo así, no, cuidado, esto es un error muy común. But now, thanks to modern technology, the fact that you can record audio, decent audio on your phone and send it to me, and I can play it here on the show. Well, now, not only do you have a voice, but I can help you. So those of you who realize the importance of that section, I mean, honestly, I think it's one of the most important sections here on the show. For you, I mean, for me, they're all important. I do them all for a reason. But I think as far as a student is concerned, what do you need to practice the most? Well, if you're like all the rest of my students, it's speaking. And there's no other way to practice speaking than, that's right, speaking, right? So those of you who have taken this golden opportunity, kudos to you. Enhorabuena. Next week's question of the week, if you'd like to participate, is what is the craziest bet or wager, otra forma de decirlo, the craziest bet or wager that you have ever made? It doesn't have to be, a bet where you bet money, but it can be a friendly wager or a friendly bet as well. So that's for next week. As always, get it to me before the end of the day on Thursday so that we can hear you on the show on Friday. All right, let's rock and roll. We've got tons to do today, so let's kick things off with the Say What soundbite. Say what? Come on. What? Yes. Yes. Come on. Come on. Say what? ¿Huh? Traducción de say what? ¿Huh? Es como le contaba a un alumno el otro día. A ver si entendéis esto. O sea, eso es algo en inglés. Pero el ritmo es tan conocido que no hay que decir las palabras. Ahora, no recomiendo que lo digas así, pero lo oirás así. I don't know. Te lo juro. That's how, something is so common, and not just the words. Again, that gives you an idea of how important the cadence is. The importance of the cadence. El ritmo. It's not like she was there with her friends. You're like, why did you say there with so much emphasis, with so much stress on that word? So pay attention to that too. Remember, in English, a little trick when we're speaking English, what are the most important words in that sentence? And those are the ones you hit hard. And the other ones kind of are throwaway words, ¿no? Lo digo, pero no tengo que darle tanto énfasis. I don't know. I hate, guys, why does your language have to have male and female? It makes things a lot harder for us learning your language. So next time you complain about English, I'm just going to say el, la, really? Why can't it just be unisex? Like a hairdresser. Como una peluquería. It's confusing, even for somebody like me, who's been exposed to Spanish their whole freaking life, over 48 years now. And it boggles my mind, como decimos, right? To boggle your mind. Boggle. Esto es un juego también. Fíjate. It boggles my mind. It confuses me, right? If something is mind-boggling, me deja helado, me quedo atónito, me sorprende. It's mind-boggling. Eso es otra vez, jugando con la palabra. It boggles my mind. Ahí lo tenemos como verbo. It's mind-boggling. Ahí lo tenemos como adjetivo. This was a mind-boggling experience. And Spanish, I don't think I'll ever learn how to conjugate some verbs because you just have so many different forms of the verb. So everything, as I said earlier, has its ups and downs, sus altibajos, its pros and cons. All right, so my amigos, as always, what we're going to do now is we're going to listen to our Say What soundbite. I'll tell you, I'll forewarn you, prevenir. Let me forewarn you, this one's going to be really hard. So if nobody got yesterday's, which I thought was easy, I was wrong, it wasn't. I thought it was easy. Well, this one's going to be, let's put it this way, para usar una expresión nativa, it's not going to be a walk in the park. No va a ser pan comido. And, but as always, I ask one thing of you, and I promise to do the same, is do your best. As long as you do your best, I'm happy, and I'm sure you'll be happy too. So here it is, folks. As always, you're going to hear this audio clip 4 times throughout the show. Initially, I want you to sum it up for me. Resúmemelo, no? Tell me what this person is saying in a nutshell. En resumidas cuentas. And hopefully, by the end of the show, after the 4th listen, somebody will be able to give it to us word for word. But as I said, good luck today. You're going to need it.
See how heat does come out of the top of your head? Look at it, just coming off at Nate's head there. That's where it escapes. If you have heat in your body and you want to let it out, you take your hat off. Yeah.
Listen carefully. Can you hear that? No. Listen closer. I'm not talking about the birds chirping. I'm talking about everybody speaking English and feeling comfortable. Listen. This is what it's like at Vaughan Town, a peaceful place where you can really learn English and lose your inhibitions. There's a reason it's one of our star programs. Vaughan Town, lose your fear of speaking English. If you want more information about this immersive experience, go to grupovaughan.com or give us a call, 911-385831. Lose your fear of speaking English and express yourself with clarity at Vaughan Town. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Yeah. Let's go. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Pop quiz. Welcome to our pop quiz. And speaking of quizzes, mark your calendars. It's official. Rob Grams and Andy Vaughn will be hosting our upcoming trivia night. It's May 5th. That's right, el quinto de mayo, May 5th, and it's at 8 p.m., which means get there a little bit earlier because we kick off at 8 p.m. So it's going to be awesome. Rob and Andy, as you guys know, are 2 of my best friends in the world, so I'm not going to miss it. In fact, I have to make some arrangements. We use this a lot, to make some arrangements. Hacer unos arreglos? How do you say this? to make arrangements, preparar, arreglar, no? It means to organize and prepare, right? So I need to make some arrangements so that I can attend, but I've got plenty of time to reorganize my schedule so that I can be there. So May 5th, I hope to see you there. It's going to be a blast. It's a free event, which, I can't think of a better way to get together with some amazing people. And when I say that, I mean you guys, and I mean the Vaughn Radio presenters, and practice your English in your case and have some fun, have a laugh, and learn some things. As I always say, you leave there a smarter person. It's true. Every time I go, I learn things about geography, about pop culture, about history. I mean, obviously, it depends on who the host is, but we'll see you there May 5th. Again, May 5th, and that is at 8 p.m. It is at the Toast Tap Room, which is located in Malasaña. And it's really an amazing event, and the weather's going to be beautiful. Usually by May, early May, we've got some awesome weather. In fact, in English, we have an expression, and it goes, a ver si te lo sabes, April, bring May, y riman las dos palabras. So April showers, now showers no son duchas en este caso, sino showers means rain, okay? So April showers bring May flowers. Ahí lo tienes. Te traen, como llueve tanto en abril, pues te trae las flores de mayo, right? And then in June, at least in Madrid, then everything's dead because it's like a desert here. In fact, it's really funny every time I see videos of people, American people and British people, reviewing Parque Warner. You know Parque Warner, it's in the south of Madrid. They always say the same thing. They say, Parque Warner is located in the Madrid desert, en el desierto de Madrid. Now, we all know it's not technically, I mean, it's not a desert, but es un secarral en el verano. So it's crazy because that's what, it doesn't matter if they come from England, if they come from the United States and they visit Parque Warner and they review it, they all say the same thing, the Madrid desert. And now we have a running joke in my house. Tenemos un chiste entre la familia. Oh, you guys want to go to Warner next weekend? To Parque Warner? Yeah, okay, I'm looking forward to visiting the Madrid desert. Pero bueno, claro, si todo está seco. I know it's technically not considered a desert, but look around. Right now it's green. I was there a week or two ago and it's green, but that's not going to last. As we all know, there isn't much rainfall here in the summers, practically any, at least in Madrid. Again, I don't know about the north of Spain. I imagine in general, there are more days of rainfall. In Almeria, hardly any. Now Tabernas, now that's a real desert. That's considered a desert because it's hardly ever green. And if it is green, you'll see it green for take a quick picture because that's it. Then, the rest of the year, it's dry and arid. Do you know this word? Arid? ¿Decís árido o me lo estoy inventando? Arid. Árido. Fíjate, arid. So, the Madrid desert. All right, amigos, as always, in our pop quiz, we are going to listen to a little audio clip with some great English in it. And today we're going to take an excerpt from Business English. It's a book that was written by my friend Kyle Miller. I worked on some of the audio and some of the videos with him as well. So yes, it has audio and video. Let's listen to a little audio clip now. And as always, I will have a couple questions for you afterwards.
Insurance vocabulary. Number 1,
Póliza,
policy. Number 2,
prima,
premium. Number 3,
compensación monetaria,
monetary compensation. Number 4,
Beneficiario.
Beneficiary. Number 5.
Causar. Provocar un accidente.
To cause an accident. Number 6.
Optar por.
To opt for. Number 7.
Daños.
Damages. Number 8.
Siniestro.
Claim or loss.
Cumplir los requisitos para.
To qualify for. Number 10.
Echarle la culpa a alguien.
To put the blame on someone. Number 11.
Exclusión.
Exclusion. Number 12.
Provisión.
Provision. Number 13.
Valorar.
To appraise. Number 14.
Demandar por.
To sue for. Number 15.
Poner pleito.
To file a lawsuit. Number 16.
Plazos mensuales.
Monthly installments. Number 17.
Descontar. Retener.
To deduct. Number 18.
Un peligro para la salud.
A health hazard. Number 19.
Abolladura.
A dent. Number 20.
Responsabilidad civil patronal.
Employer's liability. Number 21.
Robo.
Theft. Number 22.
Hacer muchos cálculos.
To crunch numbers. Number 23.
Incurrir en delito.
To commit a crime. Number 24.
Sindicato. Consorcio.
A syndicate or a consortium. Number 25.
Riesgo.
Risk. Did she dip into her college savings? Yes, she dipped into her college savings. Has your brother dipped into his savings recently? Yes, he has dipped into his savings recently. Does the company often dip into the emergency fund? Yes, the company often dips into the emergency fund. Will they dip into the emergency fund if they have to? Yes, they'll dip into the emergency fund if they have to. Did she break into the money her mother gave her? Yes, she broke into the money her mother gave her. Have the kids broken into their allowance money? Yes, the kids have broken into their allowance money. Do they always break into their savings at this time of year? Yes, they always break into their savings at this time of year. Will she need to break into her emergency funds? Yes, she will need to break into her emergency funds.
All right, some great vocabulary there. Had to do with insurance, money. We'll go over most of it. Well, the most important stuff, the stuff I think you need to know, the stuff that I'd like to highlight. Plus, as you know, I'm going to have a couple questions for you based on that audio. Again, that's from Kyle Miller's book, Business English. It is an amazing resource. It teaches you how to land a job. It's another way of saying to get a job. How to do business once you have the job. And, well, even more advanced topics like negotiations, presentations, and all that jazz. Folks, we'll be right back with much more Show with No Name, so stick around. Hey, amigos, welcome back. Welcome back to this, the second part of today's show with no name. Thank you so much for joining us here on Vaughn Radio. Just a little FYI for your info. Next Monday and Tuesday, I won't be here. I had to take 2 days off. Cogerme 2 días libre. 2 days off en vez de 2 days free. Fijaos. Why, you might ask? Hey, good question. Because I'm going to Vigo. I'm going to be doing a workshop with singers in Vigo. So if we have any listeners in Vigo and you're free, let's grab a beer or an Alvarinho. Oh, man, I'm excited to eat there. So we'll be back with live shows on Wednesday, next Wednesday. But I'll give you the question of the week for next week. I think I already did, but just in case, what is the craziest bet you've ever made? Tell us a little bit about it, and this way we can look at this vocabulary around this specific topic. All right, amigos. So don't miss me too much. I'll miss you. I always do. Of course I do. And I'm being straight up with you. Franco, sincero. I mean, I'll be having some really good food. I got to say that. So, my amigos, as always, we've got a lot to do, so we're going to keep things moving over here. I'm going to give you the Say What soundbite now. Again, a very difficult one, if you ask me, but we'll see. We'll see if you guys have a lot of difficulty with it or not. Here it is for the second time.
See how heat does come out of the top of your head? Look at it, just coming off at Nate's head there. That's where it escapes. If you have heat in your body and you want to let it out, you take your hat off. Yeah.
Hey, Damian, what's crack-a-lackin', buddy?
Hey, Alberto, I was planning to do some sports this week. What about playing baseball?
Ooh, baseball. I love it. But I'm not sure yet. Can we touch base next week?
Touch base. Estamos en contacto, ¿no? Hablamos en algún momento. Yeah, okay. Let's touch base. Okay, what about basketball? Do you want to play basketball?
Oh, man, I love basketball. It's one of my favorite sports. But I don't know if I can this weekend because I've already got plans. Oh, man, that's the way the ball bounces.
That's the way the ball bounces. Así están las cosas, ¿no? Así bota la pelota. Así bota la pelota. That's the way the ball bounces. I love that expression. Okay, what about tennis? Do you want to play tennis?
Well, I love tennis, but I'm not really a good player. If you don't mind playing with a novice, the ball's in your court, buddy.
La bola está en mi campo, ¿eh? La pelota está en mi tejado. All right. Do you want to play some soccer?
Sure, I'd love to play some soccer or football, as you call it. What time do we kick off?
Perfect. We're kicking off at 9. Are you available?
Sure, but I might have to play some golf before with some friends. It's par for the course.
It's par for the course. Es lo normal, ¿no? Es lo normalito, lo que se hace.
Mhm.
Okay, what about billiards? Do you like playing billiards?
Yeah, but right now I'm behind the 8 ball.
I'm behind the 8 ball. Estás detrás de la bola 8, como que llevas las de perder.
Yeah, wow, a lot of idiomatic expressions here.
Muy buenas expresiones. Si es que así da gusto aprender inglés con un profe como Alberto y un poquito de creatividad, tienes This Book is the Shit. El mejor libro para aprender inglés que te has echado a la cara in your life. Píllatelo, vas a disfrutar mogollón de dibujos para que lo aprendas todo fácil, con conexiones lógicas y divertidas. Es la manera más sencilla y más divertida de aprender inglés. No te la pierdas.
Damián, you're such a good sport. Te enrollas. You can pick up your copy of This Book is the Shit at
Vaughantienda.com.
It's the Shit. That's right, folks. You can pick up all 5 of my books, English Everywhere. This Book is the Milk. This Book is the Milk 2. This Book is the Shit. And English on the Go. Aprende Inglés viajando por el mundo. Among many other amazing books, such as our translation booklet. Also, we've got books that are focused on phrasal verbs. And of course, the one we are looking at today, which I think is a Bible, una Biblia, as far as business English is concerned. It's Kyle Miller's Business English. And again, you can pick it up at our website, grupovon.com. Also, you can pick it up at any of our partners, Casa del Libro, which they're awesome. I always like to give a shout out to Casa del Libro. They've always treated us so well at Vaughn. I know it personally because I've worked with them. I've done events with them. And yeah, they are awesome. So it doesn't matter where you get it. The idea is you can pick it up. I mean, if you subscribe to Amazon Prime, well, get it there because, well, delivery's included and all that jazz. So check it out. It's Kyle Miller's book, and it's called Business English. All right, let's take a look at a few things that I wanted to review from that audio clip. How would you say, no me eches la culpa? Now you can say, don't put your blame on me. I'm only human after all. Don't put your blame on me. Pero mucho más natural, don't blame me. O sea, you can say, don't blame it on me, or don't blame me. No, ¿ves lo que te digo? Entonces siempre podemos simplificar. Lo hacemos, ¿no? ¿Por qué no? La vida se complica sola, right? So blame. Don't blame me. I didn't do it. I'm always taking the blame for everybody. Okay. All right. So how would you say this? No es culpa mía. Porque esto ya no es culpar. So la segunda parte, no me culpes, no es culpa mía. So don't blame me. It's not my fault. ¿Ves? Esto confunde un poco aquí. So don't blame me. No me culpes a mí. It's not my fault. ¿Cómo decimos quién tiene la culpa? Whose fault is it? Right? Si te has equivocado, apunta, porque son estructuras que suelen dar problemillas. Okay? So don't blame me. It's not my fault. Well, then, whose fault is it? ¿Quién tiene la culpa? Another thing that we looked at there really good, installments. I'm sure all of you know that word very well. A plazos, right? Your house. You're paying off your house or your car in installments. Right? To pay off, pagar poco a poco, no? Pagar algo. So you're paying it off in installments. Have you heard the word before? También lo usamos como instalar, right? They installed a boiler, una caldera. The installment wasn't very good. So también lo usamos ahí. Eso podría ser perfectamente un double trouble. To deduct. This is another one that has to do with taxes. And now that it's tax season, como decimos en los Estados Unidos, hora de declarar la renta, right? Tax season. To deduct is, bueno, parecido, deducir, restar. So you have deductions. If you have children, you know, different tax deductions. They're tax deductible sería como se dice si lo ponemos como adjetivo, right? Is that tax deductible? Yeah, you can deduct it. okay? It's tax deductible, okay? So to deduct. Dent. Hey, a dent. You hope if you have a little car accident that the biggest problem is a dent. Abolladura? You say dent? Okay, dent. Now, a little car accident, you know what we call it? Uno que es, como que tocas un poco pero nadie se hace daño, ni hay, and there isn't much damage. We call it a fender bender. I love that one. I love these rhyming things, A fender bender. And the fender is the front part of the car, right? Un raspón, you say. De hecho, lo he oído aquí. Eso nada, no es nada, es un raspón. We call it a fender bender. So es un que dobla un poco el guardabarros, right? Guardabarros o guardafango? I've never heard that one. Guardafango. Oh, that's a weird one. So fender. And it's, just so you know, it's one of those totally native words, a fender bender. We've all had one, I think. I had a few fender benders in my day. Thankfully, I've never totaled a car. To total es declarar siniestro total. Pienso, es parecido. To total. Lo usamos como verbo. Sé que sabéis la palabra total. What's the total? ¿Cuál es el total? $28.50. Pero también como verbo, he totaled his car. Okay? To total the car. Declarar siniestro. Siniestro. I always say that word wrong too. Another one we've looked at here before, to crunch numbers. Okay, well, I don't know how we're going to make ends meet. No sé cómo vamos a llegar de fin de mes. We're going to have to crunch numbers or crunch the numbers. Lo bueno se puede usar con el artículo definido o no. Okay, so to crunch numbers, and it's echar cuentas. That's how you would say it, right? To see how you can make all the calculations work out. They do it, I'm sure, an accounting department in a company, they're always crunching numbers. Okay, si quitamos de aquí, ponemos de... No, you got to make everything work. Make the numbers all add up. To crunch numbers. Crunch, crunch, crunch. All right, so that's just some of the stuff I wanted to highlight from the audio. Here's what I want from you. All right, the first one. A ver si lo traduzco bien. He hecho la frase en inglés. A ver si lo traduzco bien. El político se metió en política porque él o ella quiso cambiar la política. Pero digo, bueno, vamos a poner las políticas. ¿Ok? So, las políticas como de una empresa, ¿no? So, vamos a ver cómo lo da. Porque sé que es política, pero a ver si hay otra palabra. Reglamento, ¿no? Las normas. ¿Ok? So, wow, that's a tough one porque son 3 errores que oigo bastante comunes. So, el político, persona o la política, se metió en la política, tema, mundo, porque quiso cambiar política o las políticas, reglas, ¿no? All right, so that's number 1. Good luck. The next one, I just said siniestro con un coche. But we've got another word, and this is a great word porque es una palabra, es un phrasal verb y es súper rico. So, te doy los diferentes significados y úsalo como te dé la gana. Declarar siniestro total. Desgravar. Dar por perdido. ¿Ok? ¿Qué más? Una deducción. O sea, hablando de la renta. So, it's a really good one. ¿Ok? Tengo que deducir esto. Es una deducción. También es ignorar si es con una persona, ¿no? Es quitarlo. Piénsalo, la idea detrás es igual. ¿Ok? Dar por perdido, desgravar. Really good vocabulary to know, especially now, as I said, that we are in tax season and you've got to do your tax return. Bueno, no sé por qué lo llaman tax return. A mí nunca me devuelven nada. I never get any money back there. Okay, and the last one, demandar. Okay, and it's not demand, because to demand is exigir. Okay, so demandar. demandar. And of course, as always, I want you to use those last two in context. The first one, I've given you the translation, the whole translation. But the second two, use them in the way that you would actually use them. Make it practical. Why not? Ya que estamos, right? So number one, el político, persona, se metió en la política, campo, porque quiso cambiar la política o las políticas, las reglas, okay, las leyes. All right. Number two, as I said, desgravar, siniestro, ignorar. What else? Deducción, si lo usamos como sustantivo. That's number two. And the third one, demandar. Very popular in the United States. Lawyers make a killing, se forran los abogados en Estados Unidos porque todo el mundo se está demandando. There's a good example you can use right there. All right, those are your challenges in today's pop quiz. Good luck. They're tough today. We are raising the bar, as always, subiendo el listón aquí. All right, I've got a lot of students participating. Hello, everybody. Oh, BTW. By the way, since this show, I don't know if it started airing yet or not, but since this show is going to air in the evenings and the mornings, if you say good morning, you probably noticed yesterday, I won't say good morning. I'll say hello, right? Because I don't want somebody who's listening to it in the afternoon to say, como que good morning. So, FYI, okay? Just so you know, in your comments, make it evergreen. Evergreen, que valga para cualquier momento del día o del año, right? So just so you know, because yesterday we had a couple comments and somebody said, good morning. And I said, okay, hello there. So FYI, just a little something, and you can help it. You can help me. You can make it easier for me by just being aware, conscientes, being aware of that when you leave us a comment. All right. All right. Let's see. Speaking of comments, we've got Elena in the house. Hello, Elena. She says, here we are. Teach, profe. That's a totally native. Aquí estamos, profe. Here we are. Teach. So let's get things rolling. Heck yeah. Muy bien. Heck yeah. También se puede decir hell yeah. Right? Heck yeah. Otro totally native. Toma. Heck yes. Claro que sí. Right? I think that would be a good translation. Elena, thank you for teaching me. Tanto énfasis. Claro, es que es 50-50 a veces con vuestro idioma, ¿no? I don't know. Let's see. Chris Valrol says, hey, show with no namers. Here we go again on our own. Going down the only road I've ever known. Like a drifter, I was born to walk alone. Whitesnake, temazo. Here I go again on my own. So here we go again. I love it. Another great day. Iba a decir morning. Another great day learning and having a blast. No doubt about it. Chris Valrol, great to have you with us. We missed you yesterday. Don't think we didn't notice. Of course, you're a huge presence on our show in our English class. Speaking of huge presence, there he is, born to Iron Man. He says, sup, folks. Sup es corto para what's up, S-U-P. Sup, folks. What's up, Born to Iron Man? Great to have you on board. There's lovely Laura. She says, hello, lovely show with no namers and one-of-a-kind teacher. Hello, Laura. Great to have you on board. I know a lot of times you listen via the podcast. Again, it's better that than not listening at all, right? So, and Laura, I haven't forgotten about you. Laura sent me some really good triple trouble and a double trouble, so trouble sections, and a couple homophones. So we'll be seeing those next week and in the coming weeks. But thank you very much for your contributions to the show. All right, let's see. Chris Valrol has something to say about today's Say What soundbite, which, as I said, it's a tough one today. So do your best. All right. She says, I heard a guy whose accent I can't pinpoint. Well, I can tell you this. He's from the United States of America. He's broadcasting a sporting event, absolutely. And I barely understood what he said. Something about hitting on their body and taking their head off. Is it possible? Okay, let me give you a clue. It's not hit, heat, calor. A ver si te ayuda un poco ahí. So not, y de hecho, heat, hit is pegar. And he says heat, something about heat. So, and not head, I think it's hat is what he said. Let me take a look. Yeah, hat. So you're on the right track, Chris. Vas por buen camino. Let's see. Elena says, it sounds like an American sportscaster, absolutely, who may be reporting a game or an event live, giving advice on how to cool off. Absolutely. Perfect. You summed it up perfectly, Elena. It's a sportscaster, and he's not really talking so much about the game, but he's talking about how to keep cool or how to cool off. ¿Qué quieres? Otro totally native. Toma. Awesome. Great job. Chris says, maybe it was heat, not hit. Yeah, you got it. You got it. All right, let's see. Laura says, I heard the staggering. Oh, great voice. Great word here. Great adjective. Porque he dicho voice porque es su próxima palabra. So I heard the staggering voice. Staggering, impactante, abrumador. I heard the staggering voice of an American man who could be broadcasting a sports event. Absolutely. He says that if your body is hot, you can cool it down by taking off your hat. Guys, I think together, you're going to figure it out because Elena, Laura, and Chris have all taken us in the right direction. And we still have 2 more listens left. So I'm excited. I think I have a feeling. I got a feeling that you guys are going to get this one today. So awesome stuff. Let's see. German checking in. He says, hey, guys. What's up, German? Always great to have you here with us, hanging out and having fun. He says, are you challenging us to babble instead of speaking actual English, AA? I'm an expert at it. I don't get the context. No he pillado el contexto ahí. But to babble, I can give you con my face, the Tower of Babel, no? La Torre de Babel, you say. We say the Tower of Babel. And to babble is to talk incoherently. And most native speakers do. What do you think? Everybody's a good communicator in the United States? I mean, even look at some politicians. You're like, you're there because supposedly you're a good communicator, but you can't say 2 sentences together. So sadly, tristemente, as we say, desafortunadamente, most people are not good communicators in my experience. You know, in English or in Spanish. I'm like, what the fuck is... I'll tell you a story. One of the dads of my daughter's friend. Okay, my daughter has many friends, but one of her friends' dad, I always have to ask my wife, what the fuck did he just say? Y me hablan español, pero a la cara. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck the guy's on about. No sé qué demonios me está contando el tío. And that happens in English. Most people are not great communicators, but my students, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome communicators. The only thing, German, I didn't get the context there. Let's see. Elena says, you're coming to my neck of the woods, AA. Welcome to beautiful Galicia. Well, Elena, if you're free and you'd like to, we can meet up for a coffee or a beer or something. It would be an honor. It would be a pleasure to meet up with one of my greatest students. So shoot me an email, si puedes ir. I'll be there as of Saturday morning. I'm leaving Saturday morning, and I'll be back in Madrid Saturday early afternoon, late morning. Okay, so I have to do some stuff there. As I said, I'll be working some of the time, but if we can make it happen, it would be awesome. It would be great to see you. Shoot me an email, and then I'll give you my phone number, and we can WhatsApp, and that'll be easier. it would be awesome. It would be, as I said, a pleasure and an honor to have a coffee with you, Elena. Now, I don't know if you live near Vigo because, well, Galicia is a big place, but if you can get there, I'd love to see you. All right. Laura says, thanks for letting us know, Double A. Have a great time in Vigo. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. Laura says, by the way, Double A, birutas are shavings or swirls. They are not diced food. You mentioned it a few days ago just to show you that I listened to the podcast. Oh, that's weird. I see. Let me look it up here. A ver cómo lo traducen. So swirls, shavings. Okay, the best way to describe a viruta then would be like truffle, no trufa. I don't mean the fake truffle oil. I mean like real truffle when they cut it really thin. Those are shavings. Okay, I didn't know that, Laura. Thank you very much. I always thought virutas de jamón were like those little like square cubes of jamón. That's weird. That's confusing, but thank you very much for clearing it up. Virutas de jamón, because it doesn't look like shavings. That's why I don't know why they... A ver, virutas. Okay, so no, los virutas son... well, they're slices. También se puede decir slices en vez de shavings over there. Oh my God, folks, I can't believe it. We have got to go to a quick commercial break. Time is just flying by here. Well, I'll get to the rest of the comments in just a moment when we come back from this commercial break. Folks, we are halfway through the show and we've got tons of stuff to cover. So stick around. Yes. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. This is the second half of today's show with No Name. And man, we've got a lot of stuff to do. I still have to read your pop quiz answers. We've got our Say What soundbite for the third time, which I'm totally impressed. Plus, we've got Question of the Week, Homophones, Double Trouble, Name That Movie, Name That Lyric, Famous Birthdays. Woo-hoo! We are going to have to put the pedal to the metal. And don't forget to listen to all the other amazing programs on the Vaughn Radio app. You can download it on your smartphone for free. You got Rob Grams, Fitz, Jules Linares, Ruby, Dave Boyce, Andrea Vaughn. Who else? See, when I go out of order, cuando me salto el orden ahí, well, you get my point. Me pillas, me captas. All these amazing programs hosted by some of the nicest people I know. I feel lucky. Not only because I have awesome students, but the people I work with on Vaughn Radio are fucking awesome. And I mean that. That's luck in life. Well, I know a lot of people who hate their coworkers. In my case, it's quite the contrary. It's not that I like them. As I said, half of them are my best friends. It's a great thing. And my students, I couldn't ask for better students. I don't decide who listens to the show. You decide. So call it fate. Llámalo destino that brought us together. All right, folks, are you ready for what? A section we call Homophones on the show with no name.
Homophones on the show with no name. It's homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name. The show with no name. Homophones on the show with no name. Cause homophones time, cause homophones rhyme. They sound the same on the show with no name.
Show with no name. The show with no name. All right, let's take a look at our words here. The first word is cocinar. Oh, wow, come on. That's an easy one, right? Cocinar, hacer la comida. También es cocinero, okay? And, bueno, sí, hay unos phrasal verbs también que podemos ver. Con ello hay expresiones nativos también. So, yeah, that's the story. That's the story, folks. It's a rich word. And as I said, we'll take a look at all the different uses of the word. I know you know the word. You should know the word at your level. So do you know how it's pronounced? And does it sound like our second word, chiflado, loco? So if you said, ese cocinero es loco, o es un chiflado. Pirado, it says here too. What are those two words? And do those two words sound exactly the same or not? All right, you can tell us in the comments. In the meantime, I'll give you our Say What soundbite for the third time.
See how heat does come out of the top of your head? Look at it, just coming off at Nate's head there. That's where it escapes. If you have heat in your body and you want to let it out, you take your hat off. Yeah.
¿Te gustaría abrir puertas a nuevas oportunidades y estar listo para cualquier desafío? Con el máster de inglés del Grupo Vaughan podrás transformar tu futuro. Este programa intensivo te ayudará a dominar el inglés profesional, perfeccionar tu comunicación y ganar la confianza que necesitas para conseguir tus objetivos. Nuestros profesores Vaughan especializados te prepararán para afrontar en inglés todas las situaciones de comunicación en un entorno profesional. No dejes que el inglés sea una barrera. Invierte en tu futuro con el máster de inglés profesional del Grupo Vaughan. Llámanos al 91-133-5833 o entra en grupovaughan.com.
That's right, grupovaughn.com. If you're looking for all kinds of courses or resources, hey, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Well, remember, now's the time. If you're thinking about signing your kids up for our summer camps, don't sleep on it. No lo consultes con la almohada because the spots fill up quickly. So anything you're looking to do in the summer, whether it's our summer impacts, our one-to-one classes, whatever it may be, get on it now. Don't put it off. No lo aplaces. All right, let's go over here to our chat room. As I said, we've got a lot of comments coming in, and I thank you all for commenting, for participating, and just for being awesome. All right, let's see. Chris Valrol says, thanks, AA, for the 411. Gracias por la info. The 411. Muy bien. Ahí te he visto. All right. Elena's participating in our pop quiz. She said the politician got into politics because she wanted to change the policies. Absolutely. So politician, person. Politics, the field, el campo. And policies, una política, ¿no? De una empresa, no solo tiene que ser. Also, an insurance policy, póliza, right? So that's a pretty good word to know because it has a couple meanings there. Póliza de seguro, pero también política de algo. So excellent. The politician got into politics because she wanted to change the policies. I love it. The next one, she says, my son's car was a write-off after that terrible accident. Great. Well, I hope it's not true. I don't mean great. I mean great English. I don't mean great. I hope. Okay, so my son's car was a write-off, una pérdida total, right? Desgravar, piénsalo, lo pierdes, no, lo quitas de ahí. Es quitar, right? Restar algo, deducir algo, to write it off. So my son's car was a write-off. Perfecto, lo has usado como sustantivo after that terrible accident. It was a good thing no one sued for the accident. Perfecto. Menos mal que no demandaron. So to sue, ojo con esa palabra que no suena como coser. Coser, S-E-W, es sew. O sea, sue, S-U-E. S-E-W, sew. And I get it. Entiendo porque la gente quiere decir, my mother likes to sue. Ah, tu madre es abogada. No, she likes to sue. Oh, she likes to sew. Coser. So excellent job, Elena. You are on fire today, which means in Vigo, the coffee or the beer, depending on what time we meet up, is on me. Invito yo. All right. And I hope it's cheaper than in Madrid, because in Madrid, I don't know if I would say that in Madrid. The other day, I went out with a friend and I said, okay, 2 beers, please. And the guy said, 10 euros. And I go, no, I didn't say 4 beers. I said 2 beers. He said, yeah. I said 10 euros. I'm like, motherfucker, 5 euros for a beer? I don't like beer that much. And they don't even give you potato chips or olives. Get out of here. No, thanks. You just helped me, steer clear of beer. Toma, otra rima. To steer clear is evitar. To steer clear of beer at that price? Jesus Christ. Wow. All right, let's see some more people participating in our pop quiz. Born to Iron Man said, the politician got into politics because he wanted to change policies. Perfect. The next one, my mobile phone was a write-off after I went through the river and it got wet. I didn't sue Apple for that. You'll need some really good lawyers if you want to sue Apple. They probably have like 100 lawyers on call. On call is que pueden llamar de guardia, ¿no? Que pueden llamar en cualquier momento. But great story. And again, just like Elena's, I hope it's not true. So was a write-off. So you can say too as a verb, I had to write it off. It was a write-off. Excellent job, Elena, and Born to Iron Man. Laura says, the politician got into politics because he wanted to change the policies. Perfect. The next one, she says, it seems there are different tax deductions. Perfecto. You can also say write-offs. That's a tax write-off. Any of the tools you use to work, if you're self-employed, you can write them off or you can deduct them. So es sinónimo en este caso, depending on where you live. Absolutely. And your job, right? And then she says, people are used to suing in the USA much more than Spain. Absolutely. Perfect example. Chris Valrol. The politician got into politics because he wanted to change birth policies. Los de, I don't know how to say birth, nacimiento. The next one, his car was declared a write-off. Tienes dos T's, es solo una. So his car was declared a write-off after the accident. Perfect. And the last one, he had to sue the opposing company. I love it. Oh, and here's a good one. How do you say a terceros? Porque yo lo he oído aquí. Digo, a terceros. What is that? Siempre lo oigo cuando ponen un anuncio. A terceros. Ahora con seguro a terceros. We call it liability, right? Liability insurance. A terceros. Hey, we're learning some really good technical vocabulary today. All right. Elena says, are you serious? Sounds like a plan, AA. Yeah, reach out, send me an email, and then at some point, whenever you can, and if you want, give me your number, or I'll answer you with my number, and then we can figure out a day and time that we can meet up. But sure, it would be great. Chris says, that's great. You'll see each other in Vigo. Hey, I might even share a picture if Elena approves on Instagram. Why not? I'm sure you guys would love to see us together, hanging out, having a good time. Let's see. German says the context about babbling. When you said there are common English phrases, English speakers don't even utter a single word, but they know the phrase just by the tone. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, I don't know. Eso yo no sé. Pero bueno, that's the same here. It's not just an English thing, as I said, German. In Almeria, you know how my friends have a conversation? ¿Qué pasa? Nada. The same thing. It's like, ahí te ha preguntado qué tal la familia, qué tal la vida, cómo van los hijos, y tú, nada, todo bien, right? Pero se dice con dos sonidos. Nada. Okay. I love it. Hey, sometimes language, we complicate it, don't we? All right, let's take a look at today's homophones here. Elena's the first one to take a stab at it. She gives us the two words correctly, I might add, and she says they are not homophones. All right. Born to Iron Man says they do sound alike. Chris Valrol says they are not homophones. Laura says that they don't sound alike. Chris says they're not homophones. German gives us a sentence, but he doesn't tell us if he thinks they sound alike or not. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, you're all right. Well, if you're from Scotland, you say he's a cook. He's a cook. He works as a cook. But in the rest of the English-speaking world, we say cook, no cook. Pero en algunas zonas de Inglaterra, maybe even Liverpool, he's a great cook. Cook. They say cook. But I would never say it like that. I would say that cook is a kook. That cook is a kook. So ambos depende. Born to Iron Man, if you're up in certain parts of the UK, yeah, they are homophones. But for the majority of English speakers, they are not. And you know that word, kook. They're creepy and they're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams family. So cook. All right, excellent job, amigos. Say it with me. Cook rhymes with book, rhymes with look, rhymes with took. He took a book for the cook, so he had a look. Okay, And the other one, kook, sounds like Luke, I'm your father, right? Kook. Luke Skywalker is a kook. All right, so excellent job. Let's see, German's, he gave us a sentence. Being a kook doesn't mean I'm a bad cook. ¿Ves? Entonces, como yo los digo, no son homófonos. All right, what a great job you guys are doing so far. Now it's time to hear from some of your fellow students in Question of the Week.
Question of the Week.
All right. Well, folks, I got to tell you, this week we're doing it a little bit different here because, well, Nuria participated in our last question of the week. She didn't participate in this one, but because we did it on Wednesday, she missed the deadline. Me lo mandó después. Okay. What did I say to her? Well, if you took the time to record it and to, you made the effort, well, then we're going to hear from you. So this is not this week's question of the week. This is last week's question of the week, where we talked about soulmates, right? Medias naranjas, almas gemelas. So here's Nuria's take on soulmates.
Morning, Alberto and Segundo Namers.
Hello.
This is Nuria once again. And it's my pleasure to share with you all this week's question.
Pleasure to
Do I
have you.
believe in soulmate? I think I do. Taking into account that you can have several soulmates over the course of your life, then I consider that a soulmate is that person with whom you share a profound connection, offering support, encouragement, and motivating you to become a better version of yourself.
I couldn't agree more. No podría estar más de acuerdo, Nuria. And you're expressing yourself beautifully. Great job.
Morning, Alberto and
Oh.
Seguino Namers.
Oh my God, we
This is
started
Nuria
again.
once again.
My bad.
And it's my pleasure
Bueno, ahora
to
tenemos
share
que
with you
escuchar.
all
Sorry.
this week's question. Do I believe in soulmate? I think I do. Taking into account that you can have several soulmates over the course of your life, then I consider that a soulmate is that person with whom you share a profound connection, offering support, encouragement, and motivating you to become a better version of yourself.
Absolutely.
That being said, a soulmate can be a friend, a family member, or your partner. Making a long story short, a soulmate is someone whose strengths and weaknesses complement your own.
Oh, wow.
That's all, folks. Take care, amigos. Thank you.
To make a long story short, that was profound. Awesome job, Nuria. And again, thank you for participating, and sorry that we didn't catch you last week. All right, let's take a look at this week's question of the week. We've got Chris Valrol, and she's going to tell us what kind of theme party she would organize if she could organize any theme party. Let's hear from our movie queen.
Morning, with the namers, Chris Barrell speaking.
Hello.
Tough question for me this week.
Good.
I don't know, but since I love music, dancing, and movies, I think a movie is a good option.
Yeah.
So I choose Greece, for instance.
Oh, great choice.
I love the sets, the costumes, the music, the dancing, and since I have money galore, I'd go all out.
To go all out, darlo todo.
So I'm throwing a party. Are you coming?
I'm in.
Show with no namers.
We're all in, definitely.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, it reminds me, one of my birthday parties, I celebrated it with two other friends, a friend from England and a friend from Ireland. And we decided to do a Big Lebowski birthday party. Do you know where it took place? At a bowling alley in una bolera in Chamartín. I swear to God. And it was, I think, one of the most interesting parties. And it's not because I say it. I mean, I had a good time, obviously. But everybody who attended was like, dude, that was brilliant. I mean, because everybody came dressed as different characters from the Big Lebowski. And it was at a bowling alley. So it was, I mean, it was I don't remember if it was my idea or my friend's idea, but since we all loved the movie and we all decided that bowling would be a good place, we made the Big Lebowski Bowling Bash. Remember, the word bash is fieston. All right, we're going to hear from some more students in the fourth part of the show. But before our commercial break, let me leave you with another challenge. Today's double trouble. Come on, sing it. Double trouble. Baby. Come on, baby.
Yeah, you know what time it is.
Give it up. 2, 3.
Double trouble.
Come on.
I said double trouble. Double trouble. I said double trouble.
That's right, folks. Welcome to Double Trouble. All right, let's see how we do on this one. You guys are doing a wonderful job so far, so let's keep it going. All right. This one's going to be, no, I don't think it'll be too tough. Let's see over here. All right. Le dije al mariscal del campo. Ahora, yo sé que usáis también aquí el anglicismo, pero no voy a usarlo porque no quiero darte la respuesta. So, mariscal del campo, la NFL. Vamos, el que lanza la pelota es como el más importante, vamos a decir, el capitán, el que, the one who runs the show in football. Football for us no es fútbol americano, it's just football. So, I'll clear it up. The NFL, en la NFL. So, le dije al mariscal del campo, okay, seguro otra vez que es una película que conocéis. Salen en todas las películas de high school este personaje, right? El más popular, right? So, le dije al mariscal del campo que me devolviera mi moneda de 25 céntimos. What? Yep. So, le dije al mariscal del campo, así es como lo tradujo el word reference. Yo sé que conocéis la palabra en inglés. Bueno, creo que sí, más si te gusta el deporte. So le dije al mariscal. Now, the word mariscal, if we look at it in a different context, a ver, te lo doy aquí, mariscal, como en el grado militar, is marshal, okay? Marshal. Mariscal de campo, field marshal. Pero mariscal de campo, vamos, the star, aquí pone el mariscal de campo en American football, the star player, the person who kind of calls the shots, ¿no? El jugador que lleva la voz cantante. All right. Usually, again, it's the star of the team. So I guess it would be like in soccer, I guess it would be kind of like un delantero, a forward. Striker, dos formas. Excuse me. Dos formas de decir delantero, right? Because defenders, they may do a great job, but a lot of the glory goes to the ones who, of course, the ones who score, los que marcan los goles. So this is kind of that same kind of responsibility on the team. All right. That is your double trouble. We'll see if you guys can figure it out. But first, we've got to go to a quick commercial break. I can't believe it. Time is flying by. We'll see if anybody can figure out our Say What soundbite. We're going to hear it for the fourth time after this commercial break. We'll check your double trouble answers as well. Plus, we'll hear from Alberto and Anix in our question of the week. We've also got movies, famous birthdays, name that lyric, and so much more when we come back. So, if I were you, I wouldn't even think of going anywhere. Stick around. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back, amigos. This is the fourth and final part of today's show. Don't forget to stay tuned. You've got Ale and Speaking with Confidence, the lunchtime show with Rob Grams. Let's Get Random with Jules Linares. The Salad with Dave Boys. The Pro Bow Show with Rob Grams. Fitz's program, No Excuses. And you've got also, how can I forget, Jessica Fernandez and the Hour to Empower. So many great shows to help you learn English all throughout your day. Even if you wake up in the middle of the night with insomnia, no worries. We'll be there. Okay, maybe not live, pero da igual si es en directo. ¿Qué? ¿Solo puedes aprender si está en directo? In fact, one of our listeners, she said, I only like to listen to you live. And then I told her, I said, well, when do you listen? And she said, at this time. And I said, well, that's not live. It's always live. Let's put it this way. I don't ever stop. In fact, every sound, everything you hear is produced in real time. There's no post-production. I can't do that. That's not my style. My style is el directo. I love it. It's where you get the energy from, knowing that, wow, this is one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted. Would you capture it or just let it slip? Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti. He's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. All right. Well, every time I say you've got one shot, one opportunity, me sale esa canción. It's like a reflex, right? Es un reflejo. All right, let's see. We've got a lot of stuff to cover, so we're going to have to step on it right now. Let me give you today's Say What soundbite. Here it is for the fourth and final time.
See how heat does come out of the top of your head? Look at it, just coming off at Nate's head there. That's where it escapes. If you have heat in your body and you want to let it out, you take your hat off. Yeah.
Me pregunta el del chiringuito si quiero hacer kitesurf o wakeboard o si prefiero tomarme un bitter cass antes. Me acaba de decir 5 palabras en inglés. Kite, que significa cometa, surf, que es obviamente hacer surf, pero también significa oleaje. Wake, que es estela, en este caso la estela del barco. Board es tabla y bitter es amargo. Y justo antes, cuando le pregunté si hablaba inglés, me dijo, pero patatero. Sabemos mucho más inglés de lo que creemos. Solo nos falta asimilarlo y situarlo. Aprende a aprender inglés en cualquier lugar con This Book is the Milk y su secuela, This Book is the Milk 2. Te enseñaremos cómo enfocar el inglés, aprovechando todo el inglés que tenemos alrededor y de una manera divertida y adictiva. The Remilk ahora se llama This Book is the Milk 2 y viene con audio y nueva portada. Descúbrelos ya en vaughantienda.com.
Yes. All right, folks. Well, here we go. Let's see. We got to look at our double trouble right now. And we've got Laura participating. Well, Laura, Elena, born to Iron Man. Let's see. Laura says, I told the quarterback to give me back my quarter. Absolutely. Elena, I told the quarterback to give me my quarterback. Esa es la que yo tenía. Los dos te valen, ¿eh? So you can word it both ways. You can say, give me my quarterback or give me back my quarter. Okay, so both of them are correct. Laura and Elena. Born to Iron Man, I told the quarterback to give me back my quarter. Excellent job, folks. Chris Valrol. Excellent. So either way is fine. Yo lo puse como to give me my quarterback, porque así estaban en el mismo, aunque la palabra quarterback es una palabra, pero bueno, ahí va el juego de palabras. All right, wonderful job. Let's see, Born to Iron Man says, for us, Mariscal de Campo is for the Army and quarterback is for rugby. Yeah, why do you guys call it rugby? Rugby is a different sport. No, I love when people are like, rugby. I'm like, no, rugby. If you tell a football player and a rugby player that they're playing the same sport, they're not going to like that. Especially because rugby, in my opinion, is a lot more hardcore. They wear less padding, menos protección. So I've always been confused why in Spanish you call it rugby when rugby's okay, I can see similarities, but it's not the same. It's like cricket and baseball. Are those the same? I don't think so. So he says, for us, Mariscal de Campo is for the Army, and te falta una R, quarterback is for rugby or American football. Remember, we don't call it American football either. We just call it football. Well, then, Born to Iron Man, you're going to have to take it up with word reference. Hombre, puedes ir al foro aquí en word reference, porque aquí sí que pone fútbol americano, quarterback, mariscal de campo. So, again, as I said, I've heard many people use the anglicismo, as you call it, but then I would have given it away. Entonces te soplo la respuesta. Okay, so again, I don't know. I'm trusting word reference. Maybe in Latin America, they'll say mariscal de campo, but it gives me both here, field marshal and quarterback. So, pero hay foros, on word reference if you disagree with something, and I urge you to do it because it's imperfect. There are a lot of times I find translations, I'm like, who says that? So thank you for the feedback. And let's see. I see some comments here, but I got to stick to the comments that have to do with what we're looking at over here. And theme. Okay, so we need to move on, folks, because I see you guys are having some conversations among each other. It's great. But if I read them all, then we won't have time to do half of the stuff that we need to do. So excellent job in our double trouble. Let's hear from some more students in our question of the week. And by the way, those of you who didn't participate, if you think I didn't notice, you're wrong. I'm always paying attention. I'm not going to say any names, but there are like 5 or 6 people who usually participate who couldn't be bothered this time. Well, I'm just saying, you're not fooling me. A mí no me engañas. So hopefully we'll hear from you again next week. And if not, well, then I guess you don't need to practice your speaking. Congratulations, you are ahead of the game. All right, let's hear from Alberto.
Hello, Showing No Namers. This is Alberto speaking again. And this week I'm going to throw an outstanding party, which is going to be a blast.
Cuidado, no outstanding, sino outstanding. Lo que hacemos para evitar meter la E es no, ponemos la S con la T. Outs, como si dijeras outs. Outstanding. Vamos a decirlo todos. Outstanding.
An unforgettable experience for all the people who attended.
Okay, great.
Firstly,
Amen.
I've always wanted to organize a Roman Empire theme party.
Ooh.
Why? Because it's my favorite period in history.
Me too, the Roman Empire. Now we'll have to have dagas, we'll have to have blood and sacrifice and incest. Oh my God.
And could be fun. Who doesn't want to feel like an emperor or Cleopatra?
Sure. Or a gladiator.
Secondly, I'm going to describe how to turn a modern venue into a Roman villa. I will incorporate Corinthian columns made of lightweight foam, and for the dining setup,
Ooh.
I will emulate a triclinium, where guests recline on low U-shaped couches around a central table.
Okay.
Thirdly, regarding the dressing code, a toga will be required.
No, the dressing codes, the dress code. The dress code.
It's not very pricey, and the attendees will be really happy about it.
Yeah, you can do a toga with a sheet, right?
And finally, apart from gulping down some olives, goat cheese, and spiced sausages with some wine, the climax will come with the gladiators' duels with foamed swords. This is all for today. Hope you have enjoyed my party. Bye.
Alberto, what can I say? You should be a party planner. Because you didn't just think of the theme, but you thought about how you're going to carry it out. From the decor to the costumes and everything else in between. So, wow, great idea. And I love how well you thought it out. Qué bien lo has pensado. Alberto, I've got to say, I'm really proud of you. You have not missed a question of the week in a long time. Again, I'm paying attention, folks. I know when you skip a week or two, and hey, I get it. Everybody's busy. But I also want to congratulate the students who are consistent and do it every single week religiously. Keep up the excellent work, Alberto. And I think I can speak on behalf of all of us. We're in. We're in. Where do we sign up? ¿Dónde nos apuntamos? All right, last but certainly not least, a lovely student who has been listening to this show for over a decade, a decade and a half. And she's really an amazing person. In fact, speaking of meeting up with students for a beer or a coffee, I was able to meet up with her with my daughter and my wife when we were in Valencia. I'm talking about your classmate, the lovely Anix.
Hey there, this is Anix. Well, theme parties. I'd go for a Greek themed one because I love ancient Greek culture.
Greek? Oh, I love it.
It's the way they explain natural phenomena.
It's all Greek to me. Me suena a chino. Okay, let's continue.
It's symbolism, and let's be honest, their gods were pretty wild.
The gods
they
and
really
goddesses
knew how to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
I'd probably be the only one at my own party.
No, we're
Who
coming.
cares? If I could dress up as Athena or Aphrodite, I'd be more than happy. Okay, guys, bye-bye.
Excellent. Wow. Did you guys get together? Greek, Roman? Excellent participation. Thanks to our superstar students, Alberto, Anix, Chris Valrol, and Nuria. Keep up the great work. All right, it's time to move on to a section where we learn English from one of my favorite things, movies. Name that movie. All right. Also, Elena taking a stab at today's Say What soundbite. Great, Elena. Couple little things there we're missing, but you got it. And well, the first one you're saying 6'6", pero realmente el tío está tartamudeando. He stutters. So imagine that, a sportscaster who stutters, and the most famous one in the United States ever. Okay. And in fact, he's got video games named after him. That's right. He's that famous. But what he's saying at the beginning is, sí. O sea, no dice 6'6", sino es él tartamudeando la palabra sí. See how he does it? So, all right, we'll take a look at it in just a minute. But right now, it's Name That Movie. Here we go. Ex-U.S. Navy SEAL, okay? Ex-U.S. Navy SEAL. This is a special trained division of Navy, of people in the Navy. I'm sure you've seen them in many movies. So an ex-Navy SEAL turned cook. We looked at the word cook. Cook. Cook es cocinero. Turned cook, que se convirtió en cocinero. Casey Ryback is the only person who can stop a group of terrorists when they seize control. Okay? Cogen el control of the U.S. battleship Missouri to obtain its nuclear warheads. I remember when this movie came out. I love this one. I haven't seen it in ages, but it's a great movie. And a warhead is cabeza explosiva. Okay, let's take a look over here. Las Lavadoras says alerta máxima. No sé, se llama así. Maybe. Possibly. And Chris Valrol says it's Under Siege. Eso es el nombre en inglés. No sé si es la misma palabra. Película, excuse me. With Steven Seagal. Right? The one where they're on the ship. Oh, man, it's a great movie. Steven Seagal, Under Siege. And a siege is asedio, si no me equivoco. Siege. Asedio, bajo ataque, right? Under siege. En español es alerta máxima. Puede ser. I mean, it makes sense. So, yes, this is a movie that came out in 1992, starring Steven Seagal, Gary Busey, and Tommy Lee Jones. Yes, Chris confirms it's alerta máxima. So great job, Las Lavadoras and Chris Valrol. Let's take a look at the scene that I've chosen from this awesome action movie. Casey Ryback says, "We've got to save them. Tenemos que salvarles. We've got to save them." And Granger answers, "You know they're going to have a trap for us. Sabes que nos van a meter en una trampa, tener una trampa para nosotros. Listo. You know they're going to have a trap for us," Granger says. And then Casey says, "Yeah, but they're expecting me, not all of us. O sea, me esperan a mí, no a todos." So he's saying we can catch them off guard when we bring the rest of the team along, right? Ahí les pillamos desprevenidos. And Tackman says, "All of what?" Como todos nos, o sea, no me incluyes. All of what? He says, "I do laundry. Yo lavo la ropa." He says, "I was ironing during the Gulf War. Yo estaba planchando durante la guerra en el Golfo." And he says, I'm not, pero usamos el ain't mucho. "I ain't cut out for this hero bullshit." Buena frase, totalmente nativa. No estoy hecho para eso, right? I'm not cut out for this, right? Esto es una expresión, apúntala. No estoy hecho para esto, right? Esto no es lo mío. No puedo hacer esto, right? I'm not cut out for this hero bullshit. No estoy hecho para esta tontería de ser héroe. And Casey says, "You're in the Navy, remember?" He says, "It's not a job. It's an adventure." All right. Awesome job to Chris Valrol and Las Lavadoras. All right. It's time to move on to your joking.
Thank you. Okay. What did the guy say when he walked into the bar? Ouch. Ouch. You get it? Ouch. He walked into the bar. You're joking.
All right, my amigos. As you see, there is a kind of football theme going on here today. And when I say football, I'm talking about, in my country, football. So obviously that sportscaster has something to do with football too, right? Because we looked at quarterback. All right, let's see if you get these football jokes. Why can't football players wear glasses on the field? Why can't football players wear glasses on the field? Because it's a contact sport. No? You get it? No? It's a contact sport, un deporte de contacto. But also, if you wear glasses, another option is you can get contacts. No lentejuelas. Lentes, lentillas, you say in Spanish. Bueno, en México, pupilente. Toma. Si queréis aprender español mexicano, pupilente. Lentilla. Okay, so yeah, we call them contacts or contact lenses. O sea, normalmente contacts. I lost a contact here. Can anybody help me find it? So why can't football players wear glasses on the field? Because it's a contact sport. All right. Where do NFL players dance? Where do NFL players dance? At a football. No. A football? Bueno, ya sabéis la palabra football, lo tenéis en español, ¿no? But also a ball es una gala. They dance at a football. All right. I know, corny jokes, but that's what this section's all about. All right, it's time for famous birthday trivia.
Birthdays for me. Birthdays for everyone on the show with no name. Birthdays for him. Birthdays for her. Birthdays the show with no name.
That's right, amigos. Here we go with today's famous birthdays. This first birthday girl was born today in 1984, an American singer, songwriter, and actress. Her debut single, which was her rise to fame, the first time the world heard from her, came out in 1999. It was called, and it is called to this day, Candy. She also put out her first studio album that same year in 1999 called So Real, and it was certified platinum. She's also been, aside from movies, aside from music, she's also been in many movies. She was in Dr. Dolittle 2, Chasing Liberty, Rapunzel. You say Rapunzel, we say Rapunzel, Tangled, and many, many other movies. And I haven't seen the show, but she also played Rebecca Pearson in the drama series This Is Us. So there you go, folks. That's number one. Number two, this American actor, producer, and martial artist. Well, he's quite a controversial character, but those are the ones I love the most. He was in Under Siege, where everybody saw him. That made him a huge star. It wasn't his first movie. He was in a movie called Above the Law in 1988. But 1992 is where the world saw him as a leading man in the movie Under Siege. He's also done many other movies, The Patriot, Machete, we say machete, es como se dice, and many, many others again. And the guy's gotten in quite a bit of trouble in his life as well. A lot of controversy around this guy. But also, he's not nearly as famous as he used to be. In fact, he's put on a lot of weight. And for a martial artist, okay, if you're an actor, it's fine. But if you're a martial artist, it doesn't work out too well. All right, and last but not least, this American football player, coach, and sportscaster is perhaps the most famous sportscaster in any sport in the United States. In fact, I don't know if it's PlayStation or Xbox, but it's called football. All right, so he's that famous that they made the title of the games these video games his name. Okay, so he is a brand, and his claim to fame was he always commented on the obvious. He's like, well, a touchdown is like when you run down to the end of the field and you walk in the end zone. You know, he talked as if he was talking to children, but it was funny because the other commentators who worked with him were like, yeah, that's right. And so he was, his claim to fame was stating the obvious. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Chris Valrol. Number one, Mandy Moore. Number two, Steven Seagal. And number three, John Madden. That's right. It's called John Madden Football, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know very much about video games, but this guy is an American legend. And he's also the voice, if you haven't figured it out, in today's Say What soundbite. He says, now, you see how heat does come out of the top of your head? And he's seeing a player, and you're seeing the steam, el vapor, coming off the player's head. And he goes, you see how heat does come out of the top of your head? I mean, look at it coming off Nate's head there. Nate is the player's name. He goes, that's where it escapes. If you have heat in your body and you want to let it out, you take your hat off, right? That's him giving his obvious commentary. So here he is, John Madden.
See how heat does come out of the top of your head? Look at it, just coming off at Nate's head there. That's where it escapes. If you have heat in your body and you want to let it out, you take your hat off. Yeah.
All right, excellent job, my amigos. Wonderful job today. We're going to say goodbye with Candy by Mandy Moore, birthday girl Mandy Moore. Thank you so much, and we'll catch you soon. Ciao for now, amigos. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on.